Look what arrived today. It's a beauty. And way more powerful than I expected. I messed about with crossbows when I was a kid. I think I was probably about 13 or 14 last time I used one. And whatever it was I was using back then, it can't have been very powerful. I was impressed with it at the time. Can't have been that powerful because as a young teenager I was able to cock it pretty easily. This thing is hard work to get it cocked. So I'm going to have to buy one of those cocking aids. I didn't think I'd need it, but once you've done it a few times on the trot, it gets a bit much. It's got a laser dot sight on it, as well as the standard open sights. I tried it at first without the red dot sight, just using the standard ones, and that was fine. That's exactly the same as any open sights. Got on fine with that, but I've never used the red dot one before. That's the first time I've used a laser sight. I've got telescopic ones with crosshairs in them, but I've never used the red dot system before. That took a bit of getting used to. And in the process, I knackered a load of my arrows, my bolts. I had, there's 4 came with it. I bought another pack of 5. And all I've got left now that are any good are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 good ones left. I've got 2 here that just penetrated way too deep. It surprised me. I didn't expect them to penetrate as deep as they did. So flights are knackered on them 2. These 2 here both ended up bent. Yeah, never mind. I've still got 5 to go on with, and now that I've made my mistakes, I'll have to sort myself out a better backstop. Basically, I was shooting into these 2 hay bales, straw bales, one in front of the other, and the bolts were just going straight through it. Did nothing. The bolts just went straight through 2 bales, straight through the shed window, and lodged itself up in that beam at the back there in the corner. So that was the first shot I put off. That was the first shot I fired. Way more powerful than I expected. I think what I might do, make myself a decent backdrop. I'll still use the hay bales, and they're fine with air rifles. They do a really good job, but they're just not dense enough for this. I'll use the hay bales, and I might try maybe a sheet of plasterboard over the front or something like that. Just whatever I can do really to stop knackering all the fletchings all the time, because they don't cost that much, but you know, even so, I don't want to be chucking money away on them, so I don't want to be destroying the flights on them. I'm going to have some broadheads, definitely get some broadheads once I've had a bit more of a play with it and got used to the thing. Probably see if I can get some broadhead tips off of a Mike weapon collector. And I saw one of his videos today where he made a broadhead out of an old teaspoon. So I think I'll probably give that a go as well. Yeah, it's a lot of fun that. I'm going to enjoy it. I've only played with it for half an hour, just getting the sight set up. That's very pleasing, much more powerful than I expected. £175. I'm pretty sure you could take down a cow with that. Nice one. Cheers.